So I just watched Liam Neeson's latest action movie in theaters because he has one a week. um, to be honest, after that one he did, I forget what it's even called because I can't remember the names of any of these things. There was one he did where it was like he was protecting a boy against the cartels. That one is literally after that one came out. I saw that one randomly on a Tuesday. No, it was The Marksman. That's what it was. I don't even know how I remembered that. I might even be wrong about that. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. But that might not even be the correct movie because these movies just all blend together because they're all the same. But this one, so after I saw that one, I was just like, I'm done with Liam Neeson. I don't give a shit about these movies. You know what? No, actually, it was The Honest Thief that I did that one with because that one was like pretty whatever. And I think I only saw that one because it was like we were still very much in the pandemic. So, like, there wasn't really options with movies. Now you have so many options when you watch movies in the theater right now. I mean, still pretty limited in some areas, but for the most part, we have a lot of options. We have a lot of variety. I see it on the schedule when I'm taking tickets and stuff. So, it's a lot better than it was back then. So I saw that one. That was awful. But yeah, after that, I just kind of quit. I know he had one earlier this year, Blacklight, which at one point had a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, Liam Neeson, I feel like, is going the route of someone like Bruce Willis, uh, in the sense that he's kind of becoming a joke. And the guy's 69 years old, he's almost 70, and he's doing all these action movies and things now that are just no one cares anymore, right? They're not huge profitability money makers. They just kind of come and go. The only people who seem to really be into them I see are like older people, like old people who go to the movies and they want, exactly what old people know what they're getting into when they're getting a Liam Neeson movie. So, that's kind of what they get. They kind of get what they come for, and that's fine. I'm not like, you know, super mad at them, but these just aren't as good as they can be. This one caught my eye because it's directed by Martin Campbell, and if you don't know Martin Campbell, he directed what is it? Uh, Goldeneye, my favorite James Bond movie. Casino Royale, my second favorite James Bond movie. The Mask of Zorro, the first one and the sequel to that one from 2003. Uh, and he's directed some other pretty decent movies like The Foreigner and stuff. And he doesn't have a lot of movies, but there are one or two major stinkers on that list, like The Protege from last year and Green Lantern. But for the most part, his filmography is actually really good, and you should watch his movies. But this one's awful. First of all, this is the most boring movie. Here's the thing: these Liam Neeson movies, I wouldn't classify them any of them except for this one as boring because I am personally bored watching them because I just know all the cliches of these movies. But if you don't know the cliches, they're pretty entertaining movies. And but this one was boring. And it's weird because it could have been entertaining and good, but it wasn't. Basically, you have this character played by Liam Neeson who's very miscast. Liam Neeson it plays a character with Alzheimer's, and he's not what you want to see. That he also doesn't have the range as an actor to be murderous killer guy at character with Alzheimer's. It feels like there are two movies here fighting and competing with each other, like the generic Liam Neeson movie, and then the movie where Liam Neeson's character has Alzheimer's. So, and the one that should have been focused on more was the Liam Neeson with Alzheimer's. Like, it really doesn't feel like that's a big part of this movie, even though realistically it's the more interesting part, and it should be. And it makes this movie really boring, and it's just not interesting. And I fell asleep. I almost fell asleep through it, and the audience watching the movie, was also falling asleep. Like, you know, with normal Liam Neeson movies, I kind of hear some investment and excitement from the audience, even if it's just little whispers or whatever. This one, there was just none. No one cared. This was just boring. There's a reason that this movie, I don't even think is in the top 10 box office wise, to be honest, because just no one cares. This movie's just boring, and it just no one's gonna watch. No one's gonna watch this movie. You're all gonna go see Doctor Strange next week, and forget about this movie, and it'll get ripped off the schedule within about 2 weeks, and most theaters won't be showing it 2 weeks into its theatrical run. Because it's just like, why does this movie exist? I don't know. It's not very good. So, that is Memory. I was kind of disappointed by it too. I honestly wouldn't have seen this movie, except for I went to go see Spirited Away, because we showed a new classic movie at my theater I work at, and it started at 7. So I really wanted to go see a movie at at I really wanted to go see that movie at 7. So I was like, all right, I get off at 5. I don't want to go home, so this is the only movie I haven't seen. I'll go see this movie and then go into the other one. And really, I like, really, to be honest, by the last 10-15 minutes, I just stopped paying attention to the movie. I got on my phone, and then I walked out before the last credit even started, to be honest. So it was just like, whatever.